Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitcraft Amplified server, and we are back on the second floor. The last episode was called the fifth floor and loads of people commented saying that sounded kind of creepy, and I think there might be a horror movie called the fifth floor, but it definitely's got like a little bit of a creepy vibe to it. However, the second floor doesn't sound scary in the slightest, so let's not be creeped out. Let's go over here and check out the villager breeder. Been doing a little bit of a work around here because we need to adapt this thing for future use. You can see some of the redstone over the side here already. So, there are a bunch of villagers in here. They have been moved down into this area. Let's go and have a look at them. You can see they've all lined up nicely in our villager organizer thing over here. There was a gap left at this bit. I'm not sure if that's where a water stream breaks above, but yep, one missing right there. Not sure why that is. Maybe it's just like a one-off thing. And anyway, if we go back here, what we want to do is automate the process. Hi, we've got a visitor. Get out of here. You're not welcome. We want to automate the process of these villagers growing up, dropping down into this little area, and then being sent off into our trading bit back there. And the way that we're going to do that is with this little setup that I've got. Now, I sort of like got it in my head that this wasn't possible, but then I realised that it was. So, so I came up with this thing right here. Basically, I thought we wouldn't be able to make it so that when this tripwire turns off, it would stop dispensing minecarts down here, because we might have 2 or 3 of them come through at the same time, and then they're all standing on here. So what you need it to do is continuously activate dispensers. That was a really weird assumption because this is redstone and we can manipulate it and make it do what we want it to do. So now, if there's villagers here, it's going to dispense a minecart for them, and as soon as the villager goes away, it is no longer going to dispense anything at all. So we can try that like several times over. You'll never see this thing power again once we move out of the way, and that's because of the way that I set this thing up right here. So it'll always turn off, which is cool. Now, you saw it as activating the powered rails as well. We don't have a redstone block, but you know what? It doesn't matter for this demonstration. What we'll do is simply put this here and put that there. So they'll actually stay powered, and it'll just dispense the minecarts on top of it. They've got a solid block behind, so they get sent off, and that is that little contraption. Unfortunately, it's sort of spoiled the side of the room here a little bit, and that little bit of space right there, only just able to squeeze that in, because around the back here, and I need to eat, let's grab a golden carrot. Around the back here you can see it just lined up with this tunnel, just about right there. So that was quite fortunate, because I didn't really want to change this tunnel. You know what, if it was out by 1 block I would have left it, because it doesn't matter. This is just a behind the scenes bit right here, but all that neatness and stuff, you know, try to keep it as clean as possible. Unfortunately, the way the redstone's done here, looks like this is going to be it. And I don't think you can really compact that without sort of redirecting it all underground and then directing it back up again. Which you could actually do quite easily because, oh no, don't tell me I'm going to redo this. If we have a stair block here, we can have a block underneath and the redstone wire can connect because the stairs won't block it. I could be incorrect about that actually. I'm going to go check and find out. But we might actually be able to hide that underground then, which I might end up doing. Yeah, so there's that. And anyway, the first thing that we're going to do is not use this system, because as you can probably guess, what we're going to be doing today is sending villagers down to the 5th floor and building the little things to get them farming and chucking the items into the collection system, which is going to involve 2 sets of villagers. We need, well, not 2 sets, but 2 villagers per farm. We need one of them to receive items and then a farmer to collect them. So we should probably get these guys breeding, and I don't know if I've got any food lying around at the moment, but we definitely want to get them going. Especially before we put any minecarts into our system. Let's give them some carrots, they seem to like those. And as we saw before, I was chucking in food and I wasn't too sure if it was working or not, but it definitely works, and they breed loads of these over time. So we're just going to chuck these in. Did he actually take those? There we go, they're chucking them around, sharing them with each other, that's great, and they'll start breeding soon. So if I block off the front here, we can do this manually. So I'm going to add my own little minecart track that leads down to the 5th floor, which is going to be interesting. Not thought about where that's going to go. I guess probably the easiest way would be over here and then down through the gap in the middle maybe? Or there might be something else. Yeah, anyway, we've got to transport them down. Okay, this works. It's going to stick out like a sore thumb though. You can see it sort of invades this space a little bit more, but nothing terrible. And I don't mind that because it means that's all you're going to see now on the edge. And now that that's been covered up, you can see it works just fine. Awesome. Awesome stuff. So for science, we're going to jump off this ledge because I can't remember if you take full damage on a minecart or not. I think you do, but let's find out. We're going to land on some rails. Up we go. And down we go. And bam, we landed. So I didn't take damage. That's a good sign. And that's the way we're going to get them down here. I was going to build a track at first, but then I thought, hey, if we just drop them, that would probably be quicker. So we got two chappies down here that were interested in working in the farm. So you, my friend, are going to go up top. And you're going to collect the drops from the guy down below. So the way that you trick them... Oh, it's not going to get nudged across, is it? Oh no, 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 no. Come back. This is going to be awkward. Okay, so it won't get nudged across because there's carpet there. I think what I'm going to do is break the minecart and then nudge him in and close this gap up. Let's do that with some stone bricks as well. So we'll get those on the hotbar also, so you can't escape, just in case he starts running around. And yeah, so I don't like 100% get how this works, but you can sort of get it just by... Oh, no, 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 no. You, my friend, you were not supposed to do that. Where are you trying to go now? Where are you trying to go? Do you know what makes this extremely annoying and awkward is that if we're going to catch him with a minecart, we're on top of all of this farmland now, so yeah, so like you can't put the rails directly on top of it. And that means that I'm going to have to break some blocks to put down a rail and a minecart. This is going to be so annoying. I'm not going to take that risk again. Okay, attempt number 2 might be more of the same because he's going to run away. I know this, and I want to put a block right there. If I had some pistons, I could put it... Oh! Oh, yes. No, I can put a block here, and then I can put a block... Sorry, remove that, and then I can put a block here. Actually, if I take this one away, he'll try and escape. So... let's close this guy in with some cobblestone. Bam, bam, like that. Now we can open this up and have a look at him if we want to. There we go, he's nicely kept in there. I don't think a mob will spawn on that carpet, but we'll give him a nice torch to keep him nice and happy. Not that he's going to be happy standing up in that little chamber. But now the other villagers should start to throw like items at him. This is the way that you trick the villager. And it just seems so simple. I seem to remember it being a little bit more complicated. So... he's going to stand here, he thinks he can throw it at the other villager and it's going to end up in the water. So we can now fill in all of this with the glass around the outside and this thing is good to go. And then later on I'm going to have to like make a stream down below to take the items somewhere else. So I don't have any... Oh, I thought I brought some carrots with me. We'll start off with carrots over here. I'm going to go plant some of them down. We're going to let this guy out and see if he gets to work. So the breeding process is slow. And I've set up these things ready to go in each of them. And we've only got, like, what, one extra villager lying around up top. And they're not breeding. And I can't help but feel it might have something to do with this. Well, I don't really understand fully how the villager thing works. But I do know that there's a radius in which it'll be able to detect our false village. That's the villager standing next to the doors. I guess we can always disable that when we don't want to breed. But... at the moment the breeding stopped, which is kind of worrying. So this guy loves this corner over here, like did the one who escaped before him. And I realised that the way I measured this was really sloppy. So there's like a radius, I guess, and the floor above is like one block out from that radius. So you come down all the way here, and you know you're a fair few blocks further away. Thing is, because it's a spherical radius, as we go further in this direction towards it, we're going to come closer to the range of it. And I think that is definitely in range because he keeps hanging around in the corner. Now, if he's going to harvest these crops or not, I don't know. But nothing has yet to fully grow. And it just occurred to me that I could always use bone meal and test that. I don't know why I decided to wait. So let's go grab some bone meal and see if this guy will actually, pick them up. Because if he wants to hang around in that corner looking for the other village and still take care of that farm area, then that is fine by me. But otherwise, we're going to need... to fix something, and I can't rebuild a whole floor. I don't want to like push this all down to the next level. Do you know what I'm just going to do? Bam, like that. Easiest way down. Full damage, not a problem. So I don't want to rebuild this. So I think what I'll end up doing is just have like a dummy farm over in this corner where, yep, it looks like one, but really it's doing nothing. And I'll be happy with that because, man, rebuilding this thing, too crazy. Alright, so I'm going to put them in his favourite area. And please look for them. Please see these. Go on, what are you doing? I think he's just going to look over there, isn't he? He's just going to look for that village over and over again. He's got no... Oh, no. No. Might have to move this guy over to a different farm then. Okay, well I'll stand around and observe him, but it really looks like he's not going for it, which sucks. As I said, no way I'm rebuilding this floor. This one will probably end up being a dummy farm. The thought just occurred to me, there's nothing wrong with us moving this, is there? We sort of rested it in this point so it was just under the ground level here, but if we built it, a few blocks further up, it might be far enough away from the other one. It shouldn't affect the villager breeder to move this, and then we'd have an excuse to build a little building over here as well and tie it up to some of the paths that we've been developing in this area. And again, if I spend lots of time underground, it's just because I don't really feel like doing above ground building stuff. If you guys watch my modded Minecraft, the Isuminati, you'll know exactly why. I love decorating the insides of rooms, but when it comes to the buildings and the outside, I don't have such a good time. So that's why we, spend so much time underground, because I can do all of that. Up here, it's a real challenge, and I'm often not in the mood for it. Anyway, right, so I might do that now. I don't know what I'm actually going to do next, because I've been standing around waiting for these villagers, and they haven't been breeding, so I need to take some sort of action. So the village has been moved up by a few blocks, and this guy just now stands and stares at his friend up there in the ceiling. Hey, look, look! Oh my God, look! There's some carrots here. They're fully grown, tasty carrots. Don't you want them? Don't you want them? Oh, he doesn't want them. He's just been standing there. I haven't been observing him for too long, but he seems really uninterested in these carrots. I mean, he's just not interested in the slightest, are you? So I'm really worried now. I'm really worried that this isn't going to work, because not only is that guy now not picking up the carrots, I'm not sure what I've done wrong here. The breeder up the top, by the way, that's still not working. So we're going to go all the way up here again. I think I need like an ender pearl elevator somewhere in the base as well, because this is nice to get you from floor to floor, but to go all the way up, it's not quite as good. And if you use it too quickly as well, sometimes it will fail to push you up. We've made it to the top. Amazing. Right. So I picked a couple of materials out of a chest, and then I realised that they were the ugliest materials I could have picked, but I had loads of lime green from the prank that Mumbo did on me. So I've just built this little cage. Yes, it looks hideous, but it's been moved up out of the ground, and literally just by 6 or 7 blocks or so. So yeah, I need to tidy this up. That's something I'll do in a moment. If we go down here though, bam, and we'll carve our own entrance through this door. Aha, you saw nothing. And yeah, still not breeding. I just gave them some more carrots. They're even chucking them back out. They're rejecting them. Maybe they now need something different. They've had a diet of carrots for quite some time. I do have some potatoes I could give them. Oh no, I did give them the potatoes. Okay. Right, so at this point I'm starting to think that... Oh, they're breeding again. Excellent. Okay. Lucky charm there, we were recording, and now they decide finally to start breeding again. That's great. Okay, hopefully we get some more villages, and look at that, we've actually got a little fella down there hanging out. Okay, that's very cool. That's very cool. So my time on the server today has really been drained by waiting for these to breed. I've been giving them so much food, they've been throwing it back out again. They seem to do that randomly as well, because I've been over here for a while, and then I've gone off and done some other jobs, and then they're chucking it back out again. So they like to do that. I should probably put some glass on the front or find a different way of giving them the food. But anyway, I've got a few more here to breed up, and I think some of them are the farmers that we're looking for to go down below. So we've got another 2 for them to send items to. And now if we go over here, you'll see that our little system is starting to get pretty full up with lots and lots of different villagers. We've also had this happen over here, which doesn't make much sense to me really. If we go down to this side over here, I don't see how that would happen. So yeah, because I realised that was bad as soon as I did it. Let's grab some ender pearls here. Because we have... Bam! Can we... Oh, that's really bad. Well, that's really, really bad, because now we're just inside a random... I wish I had a torch right now. Let's break this one here. Okay, we are now up here, which is not good. Can we pop down into that block there and swim on it? Yes, we can. That's great, because we can now patch up the damage a little bit. Bam, like a pro. There we go. So this little space here is going to be occupied by a villager, because the water will push them along so far, and then they'll have to take up a spot. And it looks like, yes, that's where the issue is. It's also caused a bigger issue, because we now have a massive backlog over there. Okay, so this needs fixing. Let's see if we can sort this out. If I get rid of you, you will follow... Oh, interesting. Okay. Then one goes there. Are they now going to continue over this side? It's hard to see through this little gap. And you really just can't tell, can you? I'm going to have to go back up there. But yes, so press the button to get rid of them, by the way. And I've set up a system for doing that. So down there you can see there's a random chest. And the other side of that there is... Oh, we could actually probably have a look. Yeah, we can look from right here. Let's see if we break a couple of these blocks. Yep, you can see they're making their way down ever so slowly. And that's because they're in minecarts being pushed along by water. But they will go through here. They'll take damage on these blocks, and then there's going to be a cactus at the end, which will break the minecart and put it into these hoppers and down into this chest. So I'm going to wait here, and I think it's going to take a very long time. So there we go, it takes damage, and that's my fault, that bit. Go back that way, there you go. I need to leave a block there then. That would have happened actually before I'd broken these ones over here. So now the minecart might have come back into this chest, and it has. That's very cool. Okay, so that was quite fast. Let's patch that up. So that way we can get our minecarts back. They're also being killed, well, they're truly far enough away from the village for it not to have any consequence, I think. And I haven't really gone through and looked at which other ones I want to trade with. I know like the occasional good trade can be found on like a different type. So we'll leave them all there for now. I was going to eject some more of these, but we got a minecart back, and this thing is really filling up. Did another one just drop in? I think they're still making their way across. It's going to be awesome when we trade with them, because there's so many of them here. Yeah, so going back round to this side, we've got to check those few now that that thing's been fixed back there. And if we go down below, we're going to go check on the villagers. That's right, because I don't think they're going to be farming. That's my guess. Let's chuck an ender pearl over there. Let's prop ourselves up and have a look. Nope, he's not farming, is he? He's not replanting, he's not harvesting. I had a feeling that this would happen. The one over there has not been doing anything at all. I feel like maybe I've missed a step. Maybe there's something different to this that I have just not really understood. And you can see I've got things set up for this one here, but no villagers to bring down. It's not looking promising at all, is it? I must have missed something here. Well, I'm still waiting. I got super bored and I made this. And if we hit this thing, is it twice? Nope, just the once. It'll come down and reveal behind the water there is just more anvils. Yeah, I don't know what I was going to do here, but I had loads of anvils made up. I can't remember when I made so many, but I had about 60, so I just started plopping them down in the background, and I thought actually that would kind of look cool because it would make sense. And it does look alright. It looks alright from back here. You can see a few anvils popping out in different places, but yeah, that, some flower pots and enchanted guys at the front, and that has been improved, I'd say. So I can barely believe it, but the last one that we bring down here is actually harvesting these crops. Now you can see there's no fully grown ones at the moment. That's because he's been chopping them all down. I've been going around with this bone mill and he's been collecting it. And he's not going to now because I'm recording, of course. But I definitely saw this guy do that a moment ago, and then it hit me, it struck me. And I'm really annoyed that I didn't figure this one out earlier. So this guy is a farmer. I know that we need farmers to do this. However, when we did this before, I think I fussed over making sure I had the farmer type like this guy is. You see, he just did it. Amazing. Let's put down some more of these seeds. And then I got a lot of comments saying you can actually do it with any type of brown coat. I think that's what's happened, or maybe it was the other way around, like I thought you could do it with any brown coat, and it turns out that you just needed the farmer. Now this guy's going to try to escape. Bam, you're now trapped in there. I think it's the type that they are, because these ones over here are... Well, what do we call it again? There's two tiers. One thing is like the career and the profession. So this guy, although he's a brown coat, he's a shepherd, and that's why he doesn't like carrots, and that's why he's following me. He's looking for something up there. He's looking for his friend, actually. I know that. Also, this is supposed to be hydrated soil right here, so I will, of course, fix that as well. And I'm gonna wait. He's looking over there quickly. They always go for it straight away as soon as you break like a little path like that. So we know what the issue is now, and I have well and truly run out of time to put more into this. But basically, these three chaps right here, we've got to replace with a farmer, and that's going to take a fair bit of time. But the breeding machine is getting a little bit better. You have to sort of feed them a lot of food, and I found that actually if I AFK further away from them, they seem to breed faster, because whenever I come back there's loads of them there, yet when I stand AFK next to them they hardly breed at all. So that might be a thing. Well, today has been a waiting game, too much time waiting for these guys to breed, and it doesn't feel like we've got too much done. So I think moving forward, we've got to work on this while we do other things, and we now know to filter through them until we get a farmer. Hopefully one of those down there is a farmer. But we won't know until they've grown into adults, which means we're going to leave this stuff lying around because we'll need to sort through them manually, because I think it'd be an even bigger pain to use this thing, have them come through automatically, as this thing's already filling up a fair bit. And saying that, it's like 80% full up, and then we'd have to build a whole system to get them out of here. But you can see we are gathering up a lot of villagers to trade with, so it's all sort of coming together. Just really need to get those automatic farms going. So I'm probably going to go down below and put some hoppers and a chest on the seed farm and the wheat farm, and hopefully all of that will work. Although the guy is going to craft it into bread, so it'll be a bread farm, I think. I'm not sure how it works, but but yeah, so we don't want to lose those items that he's going to be getting for us, and then while we work on other things around the base, we'll have to keep checking on this for farmers, and hopefully we get all 4 farms up and running. But that is unfortunately all I had time for today. I wanted to do so much more, but it took so long to get these guys breeding and to get everything working. So I do hope you have enjoyed it as always, and thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.